This short screencast is going to show you how to make an image map which you can use in a website or maybe in a presentation where you want the user to be able to hover over an image and click on that and take them to another place. So it's got a hyperlink sitting in the image. This is the same as if you had highlighted text and turn it into a hyperlink. I like using images, especially for students in classes, so they can just get used to clicking on an image and taking them wherever they need to rather than having to use the words. You can see that when you move the mouse over it, it becomes a finger, which you can click it and takes you to a hyperlink. But how do I make something like this? A really nice way of doing it is using drawings inside Google Drive. So I've got my Drive open. I'm going to create a drawing. When it comes up, I'll just call it test so that I can remember what it is and go OK. And you'll see that this comes up with a background which is transparent. So to do it that way, I like having my images transparent, so when I put them on a website, that any other image I've got there, my pictures will kind of look like they're floating on top, but that's just a personal choice. You can have any color background you want. To make the background transparent, you just go right mouse click, and it comes up with background, and I clicked on transparent. By default it comes as a white, but I've just made this by default being transparent. Good. Now I want to insert an image that I'm going to use. So I've already made an image up. You can grab whatever image you want. I'm going to grab an image that I've used before, which has just some things that I want my students to be able to go to. So I'll grab the one that just doesn't really matter which one I grab because it's all going to do the same thing. It's just for the trial here. So I'm going to open it up, and what this does is it puts this image onto the page that I've made in my drawing, and it makes it one complete image. Each little section which I want to have my readers or my users go to don't work because this is all one big image. This whole thing is one big image. I want them to be able to click on this area here and go to, say, the maths and small business area. So what you do is you come up to the top menu bar here, you grab a shape. I'm going to go for a rectangle, and I'm going to put a rectangle over that. And when I let go of the mouse click, it will then become blue or whatever color you've got it set as. I can't see my image behind it, which is a bit frustrating, but let's make this a hyperlink first and then get rid of the color. So if I go right mouse click, you can come down here, it's got a link. This link will then be the hyperlink. You can type it in, or what I do is I tend to have all my hyperlinks worked out beforehand, so I'm just populating this kind of image when I get there. So I'm just going to grab a URL from here. This is my maths and small business section. I'll grab that and come back to this bit and just paste it in there. So it's going to go to that link when you click on it. Go apply, and it now makes that a hyperlink. I want to get rid of this blue and make it transparent. So if you click on it, come up to the top menu bar, go to fill color, change it to transparent, it will then make it transparent. But notice it's still got the border around it because automatically it puts the border there. If you click on the border with your mouse, come to line color, make that transparent, you've suddenly got a hyperlink, which is that box that you've made, but it's now transparent, so no one will know. So when they hover the mouse over here, this becomes a hyperlink. Really cool. That's for standard shapes. So you can see that there's a whole lot of standard shapes here that you can use: circles, squares, triangles, those kind of things. So if you've got a funny shape like this that you don't want to have a square around, we can use a polyline. A polyline will allow us to draw around the shape in different, so it's not a regular shape that goes around it. Every time you click your mouse, it puts like a marker point and the line will go around. So you can be as tight as you want or as flexible as you want. It just means that you can have a bit more control about what part of the image becomes live. Once again, it goes a dark color like that, which is pretty cool. But if you go right mouse click, you'll see it brings up a menu, but it doesn't have the link. So you have to come to the top menu bar up here, go insert, go to link, and then put the URL in there like you have before. So I'm going to use the same URL that I had, but that I've used in the previous one. Apply it, and it's all ready to roll. The whole thing you do again, you repeat it. You come down to here, I want to make my shape transparent, and I want to make my line color transparent. So if I click away from it, now I've got a hyperlink over here and a hyperlink over here, and they're done really well. I now want to put this image inside a website, and I'm going to use them in a website because I find them quite handy. So if I go to a website that I've made up already in Sites, I've got a test image page. I'm just going to put this drawing in here. So we come across to the edit button, and up comes the places that you can edit on this page. I'm going to go to insert, come across here to Drive, go to Drawing, and automatically it will search through the last modified ones. You can do a search as you would for any other Google document inside Drive. Click on the one that you want, go select, and it will go, okie dokie, do you want to put a border? I don't want a border, I want it to be floating, and I don't want to have any titles on it, I just want to have my drawing there. If I go save, what it will then do is it will put a link and put that drawing sitting on my page. Go save up here, and you'll see what happens is the image that I've just made in the drawings will be put onto this page here. And you can see that when I move my mouse across, these two places now become hyperlinks. And so if I click on that one there, it'll take me to my Maths and Small Business page, and already a roll. It's all sitting there and it's good to go. The good thing about having it set up this way is that you might have only built the Maths and Small Business page and the Shares page, but you haven't done the Stats page yet, and you're still working on it, so you haven't got your URL. So you've done a bit more work, you've got that finished, and you want to edit the image. Instead of having to edit the image here, which is a real pain, if you go back to your Drive and open up your image, you can then edit this image here, and whatever changes you make here will be put live into your site. So let's add a URL around this stats one. So I'm going to go, same thing, I'm just do a square this time because I can do it a bit quicker. Beautiful, lovely. I'll put a link in there. I'll grab another one because otherwise we're going to end up getting a bit confused. I'll grab the stats one. Come back to here, apply it, come to my colors, make my box transparent, make my line transparent. Beautiful. Click away, it's all done. And it says all my changes have been saved in Drive. If I come back to here and refresh this page, that stats image, or the little image there, should now become a hyperlink. So if I move my mouse over it, it becomes a hyperlink, and it will take me to my statistics page. So it's all working really well, and it seems to be just ticking all the boxes. So it's a great way of doing it. Setting up a picture in Drawing for Google, put a shape over it, make the shape become your hyperlink, make your shape transparent, and you've got an image map ready to roll for any site that you're building. Fantastic little way of doing an image map that's easy without having to worry too much about editing HTML.